Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Arizona Dreams. Today we're going to talk about the best times to visit Phoenix Valley. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about why and when to come to Phoenix. Let's get the obvious stuff out of the way. Summertime, it's hot, and it's going to be temperatures above 100 and sometimes even above 110. So summertime, if you don't like heat, it is a dry heat. You probably don't want to come in the summer. You'd probably rather come between the spring, winter, fall scenario, or fall, winter, spring, I guess it would be. When the temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler, it's going to be 60s, 70s, maybe some 80s, depending on when you come. Let's talk about expenses in relation to those two time frames. If you're coming between that November and April time frame, prices go up. They definitely go up. And depending on when you hit in that time frame, they could go even higher. Spring training is a great example of when prices just get jacked. Why? Because everybody and their brother is coming here to check out the Cubs, the Reds, and so on and so forth, the Indians, whatever. So know that when you're looking at your calendar, you want to plan ahead and say, is this going to fall over spring training? What's happening out there? What kind of festivals are going on in Phoenix? Because they jack the prices up. They also tend to jack the prices down a little bit right towards the end of that season in comparison to the peak of that season, right? So think of the old bell curve. Know that when you come in the summertime, you can get some smoking deals at resorts, and golf outings. When I was in Tempe, the summer rates for a Tempe resident to golf at some of the Tempe courses was like $15 for 18 holes. If it was before twilight. Now, this was a few years back, but you get the idea. But also there's fewer people that want to get out and fry in the sun. Personally, I would recommend trying to hit that maybe late winter, early spring. Yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more, but you're probably going to get your best experience. All right, so that gives us money. You can save on hotels and golf outings and other expenditures in the summertime. They go up seasonally in the November through April, but also depending on what's going on. Barrett-Jackson Auto is another big show that happens in January. That causes a big influx, and so the resorts and everything go up. Cost of entertainment in general goes up in the wintertime because even the Phoenicians are getting out and saying, hey, it's time to get out and enjoy the weather. We should talk about one more thing that can affect your choice, and that's airfare. Airfare is also going to be all over the board, but it will definitely be higher rates when you're trying to come out in the in-season, right? That November through April. It's going to be higher around Christmas time. It's going to be higher around Thanksgiving. For obvious reasons, travel is higher everywhere around those times. Spring breaks are typically higher here. Summertime, you can get some pretty smoking deals on airfare. So again, if you can tolerate the heat, come on out in the summertime, but you're going to be hot. So airfare is something that you want to keep an eye on, but also know to book in advance. Unless you can afford to really last-minute travel, which some people can, and that's great if you can because you can get some great deals that way. But if you can't, I would advise going 2 to 3 months out to try to time out to get some of the better deals. And there's all kinds of websites out there that will tell you when the best days are. It seems like it changes almost weekly when the best day is to buy. I think the next place to go is to talk about what you want to do when you're on your vacation. What if you want to go to the Grand Canyon? The Grand Canyon can be, depending on where you're going, a couple-hour drive. The Grand Canyon's anniversary for becoming a national park is February of 2019 for 100 years. But February, that is one of the best months to go up and see the canyon. Now, it's going to be cold. So if you don't like that cold, or if you've come here because you want to get away from the cold, I'd wait till March or April to go see the canyon. But I'm telling you right now, some of the prettiest views that you will see in the canyon are going to be in that late February, early March time frame. You will get some just incredible views. You may get some snow throughout the canyon, which is really gorgeous against that red rock and the riverbeds. When spring is around, maybe you want to start looking for festivals. There are all kinds of festivals from Payson to Sedona to Prescott to right here in the valley. There's all kinds of festivals. The Renaissance Festival, that runs for a month or two long, and I think we have a video for that. So if you'd like to check out the Renaissance Festival, the perfect time is to come in that February, March time frame. The best time for festivals is going to be that April and May season, though. If you want to avoid the crowds, you can try to go for May through late October. Another thing for spring to talk about is the color. So yeah, we don't have the fall change of the leaves and the regrowth in the spring. But something that you do see is the Sonoran Desert. So you get to see all the cactus start to do their blooms and the colors that change in the desert. Now it's going to be different than, say, a spring back east or Midwest or whatever. But it is a really cool thing to see. So that's another bonus for spring. And again, I would hit that at the late spring, probably the most expensive time to come. But if you're trying to get a maximum exposure to everything, all things that are Phoenix, that's a great one. Summertime, people still want to come in summertime because it's cheaper. And some people do enjoy that heat. So what can you do in the summertime that are good attractions? Well, there's lots of lakes around Phoenix, not in Phoenix proper, but around the area. You got Lake Pleasant nearby. You've got Saguaro. You can go up north and hit all kinds of lakes if you're willing to make a day drive. You can go up by Page in that area, and there's plenty of water up there. So you could go take a cruise. I know Saguaro Lake has cruise opportunities, so you could take a boat cruise. And there's some riverboat cruise options that go follow the Salt River up. Going towards Roosevelt Dam. You can go tubing on the Salt River. That's a pretty popular pastime, especially for the slightly younger crowd. It does attract more of the college to maybe early 30s, but there are a mixed bag of all ages there. There's also a plethora of splash pads that you can hit. Water parks, there's several water parks around, so it's a great opportunity if you've got little ones to get out to the water parks. We also have misters running. Dining is a nice experience at that time because the misters are constantly running in the summertime, especially in the evening. And there's some really beautiful sunsets here. So if you want to catch that, you can do that. And it's not like back east in the Midwest where the sun sets, like 9 o'clock. Here it sets a little bit earlier in the summertime. We don't get those late sunsets. You can catch it while you're eating a nice meal, and you don't have to have a late meal if you don't want. So that's kind of a cool thing to do. Another one that I don't think a lot of people think about because it is so hot is the zoo here, the Phoenix Zoo, which is a really good zoo, has an early admission. So if you can get up and get early, you can go catch the zoo. Well, I think I've given you plenty of ideas on when is the best time. The honest answer is there is no best time because it's a personal opinion. Let me know where you end up, and if you do, come to Phoenix. Otherwise, you know the drill. Subscribe, share, like, comments down below. Ring the bell for those alerts, and take care.